beginning at the 36th verse. I'm going to ask everyone that can stand all the respect of the reading the word, if you would stand. Matthew, the 26th chapter, beginning at the 36th verse, you find these words. Then cometh Jesus with them unto a place called Gethsemane, and said unto his disciples, Sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. And he took with him Peter and the two sons of Zebedee, and began to be sorrowful and very heavy. Then said he unto them, My soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. And he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, Oh my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thy will. And he cometh up upon the disciples, and findeth them asleep, and said unto Peter, What? Could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray, that ye enter not into temptations. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. He went away again, and the second time and prayed, saying, Oh my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done. And the reading of the word is already blessed. For this next few moments, I want to speak on the topic, thy will be done. Thy will be done. Growing up as a child, I can remember whatever I wanted, I had to get permission from my parents. I had to get permission to eat a snack. I had to get the permission to drink some juice. I had to get permission to go outside and play. I had to get permission to go to my friend's house and so on. And depending on their desire for me would determine their answers to my questions. Sometimes it was a yes, and sometimes it was a no. But regardless of their answer, they expected me to be obedient to what they told me. Now there's been times that I went to my parents for their permission, and I already made up my mind. Whatever they tell me, regardless of their answer, this could be a yes or it could be a no, I already made up my mind. I'm going to be disobedient. I'm going to do what I want to do. Knowing that the consequences of getting caught will be very heavy. The same rules still applies to us today with God. We are God's child. And God, we get permission from God. We are as his child, and regardless of our age, we still don't know what's best for us. Till this day, we still get to a point in our lives where we get stuck. We don't know what to do. We don't know what to say. We don't know which way to go. And then we turn to God for our answers. We turn to God for guidance. We turn to him and tell him and ask him to show us the way. If we had to make every life decision based upon our own decision, a lot of us would be in some terrible situations right now. A lot of us wouldn't have a lot of things that we have now. We may not have the beautiful family that we have. We may not be as successful as we are right now. If we had to make our own decisions. And sometimes we think that what we're doing is what's best for us. We think that what we're doing, the idea that we're doing, we think that it's the best move, but come to find out that sometimes it's not necessarily the best move. I know everybody here can say they can look back over their lives and they can say they did some dumb stuff when they was younger, but at the time they thought that it was the best move for them. We have to be smart enough to disregard our will and what we want and put God's will in front of our own. For his will is what's best for us. It may not be the easiest way, and it may not come as quick as we want to, but it's the best way, and we ought to obey his will. When we submit to his his will, it's very important to know that despite of what it looks like with our natural eyes, that he has everything under control.
Yes, sir.
And in order for us to walk in his will, we have to have faith in his ability, and we have to know what God is capable of. Actually, is there anything too hard for God? Is there anything too big for God? Is there anything too heavy for God? Is there anything too much for God? God's will is what he wants us to do.
Yes, sir.
God's will is what he desired from us. When a loved one passed away, a lot of times a loved one leaves something behind them called a will. And in that will, it states what they want their living loved ones to have.
That's right.
I'm watching this series on television called Queen Sugar. And it comes on the channel, own channel, and I believe it's from Tyler Perry and Oprah Winfrey. But in the show, it has a father, and he has 2 daughters, and he has a son. And the father passed away, but the father has one of the richest land in his city. He's a farmer. I believe it's about 800 acres of land that he's farming. And in his will, he leaves the land to his family so that his family can keep the farm in the family line. But what the family didn't know, that the father had some struggles while he was living. The family didn't find out until the father passed away. When the father passed away, the tractor trailer got repossessed. And they found out that the father didn't have the funds to keep the maintenance up for the farm. The father didn't have everything he needed to keep up with the farm. So now the children is trying to honor the father's will. But what the will didn't put, what the father didn't put in the will is the amount of work that they would have to do to get the farm back running. God's will is what he wants for us. But when it's not included in God's will, sometimes he don't tell us what we have to do to honor his will. Everything don't come easy all the time. Everything is not a given. Everything is not going to be handed to us. Sometimes we're going to have to work for what we want. Sometimes God will put us through some things before we get to some things. So I got a witness in here. Is there anybody here can say, I done prayed to God and God done put me through some mess, but I thank God that he put me through the mess because the mess taught me some life lessons. When we pray to God, it is acceptable to tell him what our will is. But we should always make it clear to him that we desire his will over ours. Jesus set a perfect example in Matthew 26, chapter 39, when he was facing torture and death on the cross. It said that he fell with his face to the ground and prayed, my Father, if it be possible, may this cup be taken from me. Yet not as I will, but as thy will. As bad as we want some of the struggles to stop, as bad as we want everything to turn around for our good, as bad as we want to stop all this mess that we're going through, if it's in God's will, so be it. If it's in God's will, we got to keep on moving. If it's in God's will, we got to keep on believing. If it's in God's will, we got to keep on trusting. If it's in God's will, we got to keep on keeping on. Somebody lift your hand and say, thy will be done. Praying for God's will to be done is an act of obedience and saying that he's in total control over every details in our lives. We can't pray for God's will to be done, then turn around and proceed with our own will. When we pray for God's will to be done, ask him to show you the way, and he will do just that. But God will not force us to make any decisions. God will not force us to follow his will. He will not force us to be obedient to his will. It's up to us. That's why we have to be strong enough and prayed up enough to be obedient and follow his will. His will is very important, that we know his will is not our will. His ways is not our ways. His thoughts is not our thoughts. He wants what's best for us just as well as we want what's best for ourselves. But the difference is he has different ways of going about things. A lot of times, I know kids of myself, we go to God in prayer and we ask God to show us the way. Lead me. Direct my path. Show me a sign. But we already have a blueprint or in a map of how we want to go about things. So when God presents us with his blueprint, then we get confused and we get frustrated, and then we start to question God. We can't go to God in prayer and ask him for his will and already have an idea how we want to go about it. His will would take us through some things. His will would not be easy. His will would not come quick all the time. We got to work for it, y'all. Sometimes we got to pray. And some things, the Bible tells us, something only come by fasting and praying. Sometimes we got to work to get to it. And I'm almost done. Look at this. When I was studying, this came to my mind. That a lot of times when we go to a destination, a lot of times there's at least 2 routes we can take to get to the same destination. And majority of the time, a lot of people take the interstate rather than the back roads. That's right. Because the interstate is quicker. Somebody said much quicker. The interstate is easier. And it's basically a straight shot. We get on the interstate and 9 times out of 10 we don't get off the interstate until about 5 to 10 minutes to our destination. The interstate, we go up to maybe about 60 miles per hour. And then we get in the HOV2 lane, we can go up to as fast as 65 miles per hour. Most of half of the people take the interstate if it is possible to get to their destination. Now we have the back roads. The back streets, you can get up to maybe about 45 miles per hour. Sometimes a little bit faster than that. But the back roads, we will run to stop signs. The back roads, we run to red lights. The back roads, we will run to yield signs. We got to yield for pedestrians, assistant superintendent. We got to yield for other oncoming traffic on the back road. The back roads, you got to be disciplined enough to drive in the back roads. The back roads in the residential area, you can only drive 25 miles per hour. And a lot of times in the residential area, they got roads called dead-end roads. And so we got to watch out for the dead-end roads. Now, all streets that lead to a dead end has the dead-end road sign. So if you go to the dead-end road, sometimes we don't know it's a dead end until we get to the end of it. My question is, after we go to God in prayer and ask him to show us your way, lead us, Lord, and your will be done, think of it the spiritual way. If God decides us to put us on the back road instead of the interstate, will we keep driving or will we stop and question? The back road, you got to work for things on the back road. But at the end of the day, each route will lead you to the same destination. The biggest difference from each route is the time difference. The back road is more time consuming than the interstate, but the back road leads you to the same destination. Sometimes God put us on the back road because he wants us to learn a couple of things. And the good thing about the back road, there's more than one road that leads to that destination. Sometimes God put us on the back road. Does anybody here that feel like they're on the back road sometimes? They can pray to God, Lord, I need this, I need that, and I feel like I keep running to stop signs. I feel like I keep running to red lights. I feel like I'm in a road and I'm watching everybody where I pass. I'm watching everybody prayers getting answered. I'm watching everybody getting blessed. And I feel like I'm at a red light. Lord, when my light gonna turn green? And then somebody say, stay calm, you're just on the back road. But sooner or later, that red light will turn green. And that's my prayer on today. Whether the Lord put me on the interstate or whether he put me on the back road, I just want to be in your will, God. That's my prayer on today. I got to get out of here, y'all. I thank everybody for coming out. But is there anybody in here that's thankful for the back road? Is there anybody in here that's thankful that the Lord put some stop signs in your life? Is there anybody in here that's thankful for the yield signs? It may not come easy all the time, but you on the back road. It may not be easy all the time, but God is with you. It may not come like you want it, but God is with you. It may not be what you want, but God is with you. Thank God for the back road. Thank God for the stop signs. Thank God for the red lights. I just want to please you, God. If the headache's in your will, I just want to please you, Lord. Lord, your will be done. Thy will be done. Somebody at the end say, thy will be done in every aspect of my life. Let your will be done over my family. Let your will be done over my job. Let your will be done over my kids. Let your will be done in my marriage. Let your will be done over my life. Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Let your will be done. Let your will be done. Let your will be done. If it's in your will, I will go. If it's in your will, I will say it. If it's in your will, I will do it. If it's in your will, it's fine with me. Thy will be done. Thy will be done.